It's the first of its kind in the state, using renewable energy to save a school district and the surrounding community money on their electric bills. Liz Lape tells us more about Illinois' first solar project on a public school property.
The Jubilee Solar Project, located right by Brimfield High School, is Illinois' first community solar project built on public school property. In partnership with Brimfield Schools, more than 5,000 panels were built on about 9 acres of land. Superintendent Chad Jones says the panels will help save the school district more than $22,000 a year on energy bills.
Costs just keep going up. So anytime you can, potentially save money in the future by having this project, then of course I think every school district would be interested in doing it.
Jones says not only will the district have more money for other projects, but people living in Brimfield are benefiting from it too.
Even if they don't have solar panels at their home, and if they do have solar panels on their home, on their roof or on their property somewhere, they sign up as a subscriber, they receive a benefit of lowering their power bills even more.
Trajectory Energy Partners project manager Kirsten Sheets says people can save up to 15% on their Ameren bills by subscribing to the free program called the Illinois Shines program. There are already more than 200 subscribers to the project, and right now all slots have been filled. She also says the project helps provide more power to the electric grid.
We are looking to stabilize our grid more as we close energy producing plants across the state. We need to add more energy to provide more capacity across the state.
Sheets says the solar project is also making the school district money and adding to the local economy.
It brings utility savings, it brings new tax revenue on land that they were previously not earning any tax revenue on, and it also brings lease payments.
She says they hope the project can be replicated at other facilities across the state, benefiting more communities and the environment. In Brimfield, Liz Lape, 25 News.